Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review of the 2019 remake of the 1989 horror film Pet Sematary, which of course is based on a best-selling novel of Stephen King. Stephen King is of course one of my favorite authors of all time. Probably is my favorite writer of all time. I've read quite a lot of his books and I love most of his books. Some of the movies that are based on the novels have done well, some of them not so much. But the 1989 version of Pet Sematary was actually one of the best, and I think it's a nostalgic favorite for a lot of a lot of movie fans, including myself. I've only watched the movie twice, one more recently, but at the same time, I must say that it's kind of ingrained in my psyche as the definition for what a movie of Stephen King's could be like. All right. So the 2009 movie is directed by Kevin Kolsch and Dennis Weideman, written by Jeff Bueller, and stars Jason Clarke, I don't remember this actress, I haven't seen this actress in anything else, Amy Seimetz, and John Lithgow. John Lithgow is of course one of my favorite actors, veteran actor. I think he's perfect in anything that he does. I kind of love this guy a lot. He's made me laugh, he's been a villain, he's been a dramatic actor. He is absolutely a joy to watch, and he is kind of good in this movie as well. So what did they do differently from the 1989 original? Well, in this time almost everything is the same. You have the young family, Dr. Lewis, his wife Rachel, and the two kids, Ellie and Gage. Ellie's cat Church is also in the family. They moved to this small town somewhere in Maine, and they've recently just moved from Boston. And they meet Judd Crandall, who's played by John Lithgow, and he befriends the family. He's an elderly bachelor, elderly widower, living who's their neighbor. So, according to legend, there is a pet cemetery that people of the town go and bury their dead cats, dogs, and other various pets. But there is a legend of another cemetery after that, where if you bury any dead creatures, they come back to life. So if you bury your cat, it comes back to life. Bury a dog, it comes back to life. This is all the same. Then there's this weird little section of Victor Pascoe, who's a student who gets critically injured in an accident and dies on the operating table, and he keeps coming into Lewis's. Lewis was trying to save this man's life, and he keeps coming into Lewis's dreams as part of the vision, and warns him about to stay away from Pet Sematary. Judd also initially tells the family, of course, to stay away from Pet Sematary. So what's different this time around is we are at a party. A birthday party for Ellie, and there is the cat. Oh, sorry, forgot about that. The cat is killed by a truck, and initially the family is not there. So Lewis and Judd go and they try to bury the cat in the cemetery, but Judd takes Lewis and takes him to the other section and buries the cat there. And of course, the next day the cat, all smelly and stinky, much more aggressive, looking like he's become evil, has actually come back, and he's kind of aggressive towards Ellie as well, towards everyone, actually. So all this is nothing new. What does change is, on the day of Ellie's birthday, they're having a party with a lot of their neighbors, and Ellie and Gage is the young son, he's a toddler. They both see Church coming from somewhere. Lewis didn't like the cat so much, so he dumped the cat somewhere, but he started coming back to the house, and Ellie, on seeing him, runs, as does Gage. Lewis goes and saves Gage, but is unable to save Ellie, and she dies in the when a truck comes. It's trying to stop, but the trailer is unhinged, and it crashes into the girl. So instead of the original where it's the boy that dies, it's the older girl who dies. And of course, The family is traumatized. They are completely devastated. Louis sends his wife and young son away to live with her family for a while, and he promises to be with them. But in the middle of the night, he, against Judd's wishes, he buries his daughter in the pet cemetery. And of course, she comes back. She comes back evil, and well, she ends up killing, just like how it is in the original. Instead of the boy, she ends up killing Judd, and then she goes to attack her father. But this time, Rachel comes back with Gage because she knows something's up, and what happens is Ellie kills Ellie kills Rachel first, and she goes and buries her in the pet cemetery. She comes back. Louis is trying to kill his daughter, the resurrected daughter, but his wife and his daughter kill him instead. They bury him into the pet cemetery, and the three of them, walking dead zombies, whatever you want to call them, come back. And Gage is all this time has been inside, locked inside the car. And the last scene is the parents and the elder sibling coming and trying to get him to open the door to the car, and that's where the movie ends. So that's what's obviously different from the original story as well as the original movie. What do I rate this movie? If you've already seen it, I think it did pretty well. I'm just checking the Wikipedia page. It made, on a budget of 21 million, it made about 112 million, $112.4 million. That's not bad for a movie of this nature. What do I rate this movie? Initially, when I was watching it, especially because of the difference in ending, I actually rated it as good, if not better, than the original. But having thought about it a little bit later, I don't think I like this movie as much as the original, just because I think the original did it much better. And I think because it was the younger child, Gage, who was the one that turned evil after being killed and buried in the pet cemetery. I think because of that seemed to have a bigger effect. Not that, young girl like Ellie being killed doesn't have the effect when she comes back and turns evil. I just felt that was the original was much better. So having thought about it, my rating has actually changed. Initially I think I rated both around an 8. But I would drop this to a 7 maybe. I think John Lithgow was pretty good. Sorry, I'm burping quite a bit. I've actually just had it's been a little while, but I was having a Pepsi and vodka, and Pepsi always makes me burp. So I like John Lithgow in his role. I like the young kids. The boy and the girl were pretty good as well. Amy Siemens, she was okay. Jason Clarke. The problem for me with Jason Clarke is I don't like his acting. I think he tries too much for an American accent. It's like, I don't know, it just sounded kind of odd. He's an Australian actor, and some people do it pretty well, some people don't. And I just feel that Jason Clarke was the wrong kind of choice for this particular role. The accent was putting me off. It obviously sounded very fake. What else? I think everything else was pretty okay, but overall, I think I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. That's not really bad, just slightly above average. I will definitely watch this movie again, keep it in my collection, but I think the original is much better. So that's my thoughts about Pet Sematary 2019 version, and hope you watch the movie. Let me know what your thoughts in the comments down below. Take care and have a good night. Bye.